Welcome to Central Happenings Network. I'm your host, Bellagio Sampler, and welcome to the show. We are multi-streaming on Twitch, on DLive, on YouTube. Get comfy wherever you are. I can see everybody's chats, and I appreciate you all watching. Does it notify you on DLive when I go live over there? Because we're going to be doing some DLive exclusive shows coming up. Some DLive only shows. And right now we're on DLive also, like I said. But the shows we're going to be starting with on DLive are not YouTube friendly. We're going to have a Terry Davis movie night. Raymond Duncan over on Twitch says, yes, he's got a notification. Amazing. Twitch is very interesting. I did a Twitch only stream the other day. 4 people watched. It was really fun, comfy, no shills. And we made $2.30 from playing with 4 people watching and just playing video games. I think I played 1 ad. Why am I saying this? Because I think it's very interesting that there's people over there with hundreds of thousands of viewers. It's crazy. It's big business. You have to realize in 2020 there are networks and organizations running e-celebs, running big video game accounts. And right now there's big organizations in the air running the country, no matter who is president. But it just so happens that these people, continuity of government, like Trump more than Biden. Now, my videos about continuity of government are not up right now. They are probably deep and buried on my DLive. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to be re-uploading them all to my DLive again, kind of updating them. Because our main channel is offline until late January. Crusader said, thank you very much. Our Patreon, we're down to $28. I appreciate everyone. We get the Anons out there that drop big money on us. It's a real blessing. It really helps out. So let's take a look at what's going on right now. I want to make sure I have the right. Okay. Is the music too loud? I want to make sure it's a little bit lower. There we go. Over 1,000 airborne military aircraft in the air right now. 4 times the normal level of traffic for military air. This guy's never seen anything like this in over 3 years of watching aircraft. 1,030 military aircraft up on the app at one time ever. They all have their transponders active or whatever, the device that, because the military can turn this off, so the civilians can't track military, obviously. But they're all active for some reason. Helicopters, big planes, tankers. We are going to get into this and look into the topic of what is going on. A lot of various call signs of the planes are pretty interesting. The military has fun with this, but usually it's coded messages. This plane is called Fear 12. It's a Boeing B-52 Stratofortress. It's a bomber, probably loaded with nuclear missiles. There's even a couple others. This one's called Square 16. It did a whole bunch of loops and barrel rolls around Oregon, and now it headed northeast. to Washington. Big missile fields up there in Washington. Giant nuclear missile fields. There's also another plane. Let me scroll down through the mishmash. With Order 66. I might have to pull, I know I have the thread up somewhere. We're going to scroll down through this and take a look. Let's see what you guys are talking about. You guys probably have read these and are much more on top of it. Painting some Warhammer minis, that's awesome. Over $50 now, bro. Wow, thank you very much. That's amazing. Did I miss something? Did Trump lose? Are we? No, Trump did not lose. The military would not be rallying for Biden, put it that way. The U.S. military, still for the most part. Yes, Order 66, call sign. That is the thread I had. I know I have it somewhere. We're going to find it. Is it related to this happening right here? Trump just got talked out of war with Iran. World War III almost. Donald Trump was talked out of launching a missile strike on Iran's main nuclear site by his top advisors last week, who warned it could trigger a war. Very interesting. That's exactly what Biden's going to do for all the quote-unquote Richard Spencer accelerationists out there. That is what's going to happen if Biden is elected. This plane is called Order 66. Is this a real tiny plane or is this a bent paperclip? It's carrying gigantic. No, it's just flying in a specific pattern. Okay, this is interesting. This guy just got a transcript sent from him from a buddy in Colorado. San Bravo, we're reading 70 bogeys in your sector. Please verify. Very funny, station. That's a big negative over. Yeah, it might be a glitch on one of the ACS modules. Again, this could be LARP Central. I'm just reporting it. We're reporting it. So take it with a cliff note, but this could be real. Be advised, running diagnosis is scanned for malfunction. The skies are clear, station. You got yourself some phantom dots over Zulu X-ray 6 signs in your sector of some bogeys. Please be advised. This guy says, Keck, good stuff. What's a bogey? That zoomer has no clue. Best one of the entire series, someone's saying. So this is probably funny. Negatory station, scope is clear. I don't know what to tell you. Solar, Sierra Delta, we have a minor ACS fault here. Look at a fighter jets over I-95. Is this from the script of Independence Day? I don't know. I don't know what that is. But there have been emergency messages all day, EAMs. There have been Sky Kings all day. This is old. This is how you investigate the Sky King. You need the short band radios. There's online versions. We do it here sometimes. I'm going to leave that pulled up. That's a really big, gigantic post. This guy says, I have a feeling that NORAD is just doing their yearly Santa tracking stuff. They don't do that this early, you know? Why would they? You should be fired. Terrible, just terrible execution. Yeah, this cubicle chill has no clue. Text message on 11175 from call sign Andrews a few minutes ago. That could be on the... Here, look. Book related. This is where I got a lot of my information from for continuity, a government video. and I cite it in the video. I'll be uploading them to BitChute again, so definitely keep an eye out. So I have a thread about, let's see, this is the nukes in the air. So here it is. Here's the transcript one again. Here we go. So Fear 12, I mean, who knows, guys? The transcripts, we have the documents. We have the transcripts. Nice LARP, someone says. So who would be invading our airspace? Put it that way. This would, if this LARP is correct, it would be alien disclosure time. You know, all that blue beam, and you know that's what's happening. This Anon says he's there in Colorado Springs, right under NORAD, and the skies are clear. This Anon says, LOL, my area code was a get. That's funny. I can't confirm that. But that's pretty funny. He double posted. Yeah, double. Yep, okay. Someone says, East Side Springs here. Did you see the stealth fighter earlier today? It was making rounds at about 1 p.m. or so. Interesting. I hear a lot of Anons out there are talking about high military activity in their areas. Let me know in chat if you guys are seeing military activity out there. Let's update this thread. This Anon says, trust the plan. Let's see what this is. Look, Trust 17. Interesting. Here's a brand new one, hot off the press right now. Live on the show. A new call sign's been discovered. And it's not hard. I mean, look at some of the other ones. Judge 24, Ronin 07, Peach 99. Trust 17. That's Trust Q. You know, the Q people are going to freak out over this one. Let's see what you guys are saying. This is lovely. I have to... Let me scroll up in the multi-chat to read what people all over are saying. Okay, perfect. They're obviously looking for Hunter. Ganajir says over on Twitch. Trump won. This is just a show in between inauguration, Crusader Sand says. Okay, I'm reading down. Memory hold Titus definitely we can. Yeah, I would love to do a triple video with Titus and memory hold, or just memory, like one of like let's just get together and do a show. Coco Rosie's watching Independence Day right now. Okay, memory holds over on D Live. What's going on over there? Awesome, you guys are holding down the bunker. Trust 17 has been used before, I believe. Cam Von Wilhelm is saying. What do you think about the Oregon lockdown? The Oregon lockdown is going to come everywhere. If Joe Biden usurps the presidency. I don't know. Their scripts are failing. We know that. And right now they're supposedly all across America, hospitals are filling up. And the meme is, your local hospital's full right now. It's full to the brim. COVID's on the skyrocketing rise. COVID's going crazy. Lockdown everywhere, right? Is that the meme everywhere, guys? Let me know. Let me know in chat. Let's keep going down. Thousand military aircraft, and it's just a routine exercise, the military says. It's just a routine exercise. It has nothing to do with Biden on being on the run. This guy says, get ready, boys. Biden is about to get screwed. 24 hours, and it all comes out. Bend over, you liberal friends. Your day of the rope is here. Your day of the pillow is here. I'm just going down the thread. Information overload, this Anon says. The old school. Going old school with that one, huh? So this guy says, this guy is a LARP. The real news is here. The Space Force has been a thing for decades. Trump just took it public. In 2 weeks, orbital drop shock troopers will be deployed in 12 states using single occupant exo-atmospheric insertion vehicles. Come on, we can have a little fun. This anon also says arrest of high-profile figures will be made. Watch for Venus flytraps in the news. It's how we signal to other branches that the VIP has been taken into custody. Listen, I'm laughing because of just the way he wrote it. This is all real. The whole Halo universe is real. The Office of Naval Intelligence, okay, we can't talk too much about them. But Stoner can tell you in the chat. So we probably do have orbital shock trooper exo-atmospheric insertion vehicles. Single occupant, just mind you. They're single occupant. The multiple, you know, the buddy system, those are more expensive. But in all reality, the military right now could be flying around, rounding up fucking CEOs. If, you know, we don't need to have all the fancy, but he's right about some stuff. The Space Force has been a thing for decades. What do people respond to this? Now this is shitposting. Yeah, since the effing 80s, who gives a shit? When is the Air Force going to release these shitheads so they can make their own branch? Yeah, we're scrolling. We're scrolling through the happenings in real time. Okay. This is Donald has 7 family members. Donald was elected into office on Prime Minister Netanyahu's 7th year, 7th month, and 7th day in office. Donald skipped the 7th debate. He had 7 scoops of ice cream once. This is, yes, very funny. Very good. How old is that one? So because of all those 7s, you know, just elect this guy. That's all. Let's keep this up for a minute. Now that is bog posting. Let me see what you guys are saying. What about these idiots? And they meant well. Their hearts were in the right place, but these idiots went after James Alefantis, right? What's one of my based mods and amazing chat aficionados out there, the viewer, you, can find me the video of James Alefantis recently being harassed by anons out there who meant well, but someone has to post it, and I will we will watch it, and then we'll do a little segue. So the Iran thing, very, very good for Trump not to do that. Save that for the usurper. You know, that's their job, to cause war. Dominion caught in the act. Georgia could flip if more votes are found. According to Luke Martin, Floyd County GOP chairman, it is scary that this is happening in Floyd County. Imagine what the numbers could look like in places like Fulton County. So they're finding massive voter fraud. The audits are working around the country. Let me see. Trudeau, yeah, okay. Adeptus, post that video also. Memory hold posted. This is some shameful. This is shameful, right? He meant well, I'm sure. But you don't blow your cover. You don't call the elites. I like the stuff he says about Jesus at the end, but take a look yourself. And remember, this is IP2. So this is Ice Poseidon. Bellagio Sampler for years has exposed and called out Ice Poseidon being the cornerstone of the e-celeb networks. Ice Poseidon has the manager Hollywood connections with Baked Alaska and federal agents. Ice Poseidon did the first RV trip, the prototype, the same companies, the same agencies, the same managers. And now they're going to Comet Ping Pong and causing an uproar just for money.
Anyone that lives in this neighborhood and partakes in this community knows it's not true. It's only people that don't live here like yourself that come into our home and say these types of things.
But like I said, the Jesus stuff was good. Let's just see. Let's see.
Yeah, basically, I'm the general manager here.
You're James Elefantis.
Who are you?
My name's Kyrie.
This is.
Aren't you Rothschild?
You should have here.
Good. Call the police.
Oh yeah,
You guys gotta go.
Okay.
All right.
That's tight.
Thank you.
What's with the pictures of the babies? Like
There's
why?
no pictures of babies.
Well, no, on
in
your
here.
Instagram, why did you have so many pictures?
Call 911, please.
We already called them.
Cool.
Good question. Like I said, like
Where are you from?
Does it matter?
their heart's in the right place. But are they using this for views? Are they using it? I don't know. But I mean, at this point, why the hell not? But I want to hear what you guys think. I'm not a fan of this type of stuff. I'm a fan of more covert means.
Yeah, well, what does it matter that you're asking us these questions?
I'm from DC.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know you.
I know.
Are you Rothschild?
No.
Hi,
Are you a Rothschild? It's a pretty good question, right?
Jesus Christ is King and he's coming
I
back.
highly advise admitting that Jesus.
So you
Do you
better
know
be
for a
afraid,
fact that
man.
if you died today, you go to heaven?
I don't really feel like talking to you guys too much, but it's nice to see you. Thanks for coming.
If you here's the thing: if you want to go to heaven, you just need to accept that Jesus died for your sins. And by the way, the Earth is flat, bro. There's no curvature, and also witchcraft is not good.
There's no. Or real. Ridiculous. You know, I thought it was just like uneducated old.
Yeah, I know we're retarded, but the Earth is flat, and Jesus died for your sins. Just accept that it happened. All right, later, guys.
That Anon didn't disappear, Adeptus. That's a joke, right? That's gotta be a joke. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's look at someone posted a booba meme over on D-Live. Allah, it's funny. Look at her fingers look at her fingers on her wrist. I would have asked better, but Elephantis boy wasn't there when I visited. Dude didn't ask one good question, someone's saying. The finger? Fuck. Oh no, I still have it up. Good. At what hour point?
Only people that. Because that's not true. And anyone that lives in this neighborhood partakes in this community.
On her wrist?
Here like yourself. That come into our. Yeah, basically.
Kyrie.
This is.
Pictures of the baby. Well, no.
Oh. What, the tattoos here?
Call 911, please.
We already called them.
Cool. Where are you all from?
Well, why do you have pictures of babies?
Where are you from?
So here's something that nobody caught yet. I was waiting to see if you guys caught it. When she puts her hands on her waist, it's similar to a Masonic hand pose. Yeah, okay. Yep. But look, take a look at this. Did you guys catch this? I want to replay it, see if you catch it again. He says, call the police. Then what does he say?
Cool. Where are you all from? 911, please.
We already.
Here on your Instagram, why did you have so many pictures?
Call 911, please.
We already called them.
Cool. Where are you all from?
Cool, where are you all from?
Why do you have pictures of babies?
Where are you
Where are you
from?
all from?
Does it matter?
Yeah, well, what does it matter that you're
Yeah.
asking us these questions?
I'm from DC.
Okay, I didn't know you.
I know.
Are you Rothschild?
Very interesting. Where are you from, they ask. Huh. Because, some stuff happens. Some stuff happens. Very, very interesting stuff. They'll make you disappear, put it that way. Where are you from? Then you disappear. Let's see, what is this happening? How did that Malaysian flight go missing if every average schmo can ask Siri what flights are in the air every given time? And somebody said China accidentally shot it down, but having other world powers publicly admitting this caused a war, so it went missing instead. The entire world is afraid to step up to China. Well, Trump's not. And the military under Trump is not. But the globalists, the Democrats, they like to bow down to foreign nations. So what do you guys think all the airplane stuff is? Order 66 was airborne earlier, guys. Order 66 is a huge, mimetic reference. Kraken supercomputer. Has Kraken been revived under Palantir? Guys at Red Pill are discussing. Kraken Cray XT5 supercomputer, Oak Ridge Leadership Computing Facility. X25 2020 secretive Palantir lifts veil before Wall Street stocks sale. Updated and retrofitted with Black Parrot and Keystone. Interesting. We're going to watch Trudeau's video next. I don't know. So someone says there's a hidden message here. Pretty funny if so. Let's take a look at this.
Building back better.
This guy creeps me out with his voice. He sounds like a supervillain, right?
Means getting support to the most vulnerable while maintaining our momentum on reaching the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the SDGs. Canada is here to listen and to help. This pandemic has provided an opportunity for a reset. This is our chance to accelerate our pre-pandemic efforts to reimagine economic systems that actually address global challenges like extreme poverty, inequality, and climate change.
Wait, so where does he say about the...
Better means getting support to the most vulnerable while maintaining our momentum on reaching the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. And
So 2030, that's like, Agenda 2030, reducing the world, crippling you, making you broke, you can't work, you got to stay home, you have to be on government welfare, you have to be on universal basic income, you cannot sustain yourself. You have to be completely relied on the government, and the government has total control over your life.
the SDGs. Canada is here to listen and to help. This pandemic has provided an opportunity for a reset. This is our chance to accelerate our pre-pandemic efforts to
See, accelerate and reset, he said. This whole acceleration meme, guys, you have to be aware that it's a double-edged sword. The enemy, the New World Order, has been using accelerationism for a long time. They accelerate every time they do a false event. They accelerate every time they read in libraries, dressed in witch outfits, witchcraft outfits. Here's Order 66. This is the thread I had up. B742, looks like it's a Boeing E-4B Night Watch, kind of like a government CIA plane, isn't it? A Night Watch plane? Like a continuity of government plane, isn't it? I could be wrong. Get the music back on. Maybe I didn't have Trudeau loud enough, but you guys got the general meme. The general meme of it. I forgot to turn it up on the slider. Can't hear Leaf Cuck's audio. Oh, crap. Well, I labeled the good parts and gave you the breakdown. I'm sure you'll see it. They want you to be destitute. And on the government nipple, Trudeau is an ultra-globalist. Listen on has something good to say. It could be an exercise coupled with an airdrop exercise, coupled with a brigade movement. Those three happenings at once could cause it and be literally nothing, i.e. Marines and Navy do air exercises with fighter strike craft. 101 and 501 airborne divisions do parajump exercises in their respective training areas. So he's just saying it could be nothing. And then this Anon responds, they do this when they want to confuse where VIPs are headed. The last time this happened was right after the McCain funeral. Probably less planes then. The idea is that important people like ex-presidents are on some of these planes, and many of the exercises were scheduled to provide cover for VIP transport. May or may not be the case, but something is definitely going down. This guy says E4Bs have been using this call sign for years, and they are always flying around. There's nothing special happening here. This Anon's trying to really, you know. And this guy says your gaping flesh wound is trying to close. Quit typing and start dial 8, the number 8. Dial 8. This guy says use Google. KYS. Yes. Remember that last episode that we picked these people out right away. It's nothing, guys. It's nothing. It's not the VIP movement. This guy says, what the F? I'm trusting the plan now. The stage is set, Dragon's Lair, 18th Airborne Corps, Tuesday, November 17th. Tuesday, November 17th, Dragon's Lair. Wow, what is this, guys? Let's zoom in. Somebody go to this Twitter. 18th Airborne Corps. Look at this, guys. Very interesting. The table events. I love it. Dragon's Lair, Tuesday, November 17th. That is tomorrow. Look at this timers up there. I don't know, guys. I don't think it's a bingo hall. Put it that way. Let's see what you guys are saying. Maybe hop back over. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Order 66 is like the Star Wars equivalent of like the Night of the Long Knives, right? Okay, let's keep looking. Take a look at this, my friends. There was a glitch. There was no sound, so there was a glitch on Tucker Carlson. The guy just disappears. It's possible. It's like a green screen error, you know? Could be a green screen error. Now, if he disappeared and came back as a reptilian, that would be something pretty funny. But again, you could do that with green screen. You know, you could take away his image and put up a dinosaur, pretty much. But there's been a lot of these glitches lately, I guess. Is it the NSA hacking in? Wow, that's a weird one. What the fuck? I've never seen an encoder do that before. Hold on, let's check that one out too. A lot of people are responding to this one. Is this dude even real? When the salvia kicks in, someone said. Let's zoom in on this. What the fuck? I've never seen an encoder do this before. The fuck? It's like he passed out almost. It's like multi-dimensional exo-atmospheric insertion craft. Right? This is some hot. What the fuck? They cut away too. Why is it just him? I want to pause it right when he... Look, his shoulders go limp and his face goes... And then the encoder goes crazy. Now this is some Reptoid shit. Right when they cut away too, there's some... His face is creepy right when they cut away. Right here, it's like the freaking... It's like a red Wojak, an angry Wojak face. What is going on? Yeah, he's green for about 2 frames on that last guy. Let's see, hold on. Go back to X, someone says, paranormal. It's happening, part 2. Big victory moments ago in state of Nevada. The all-Democrat county commissioner race on same ballot as president just thrown out because of large-scale voter discrepancy. Clark County officials do not have confidence in their own election security. Major impact. And then the other guy reported that also. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Vutas. That's good. 150,000 votes removed. Holy moly, guys. They cheated on a mass scale. A lot of talk about the Great Reset, and they're trying to make memes promoting it. Remember, Plus Ultra and Trump are going to prevent the Great Reset. We got 80 people over on D Live, I'm hearing right now. We have, how many people in, I think we have 46 people over on YouTube. Is this for real? Let's take a look. Hold on. Let's hop over there, take a look. We're gonna open up the chest. We got 28 people over on D Live, 80 people total. This is awesome. I'm very happy you guys are over here on D Live. Please get your notification. Oh, memory hole with the 100. Thank you. Awesome. 100 lemons. We're going to do some D Live exclusives, guys, tomorrow. Afternoon, midday, evening, maybe tomorrow night. I'm going to go live and do a Terry Davis movie night over on D Live. Very cool, very cool. I like this. Yeah, we're gonna open up the chest later. I'll keep that up and make sure it's not. It is. How dare you? I gotta mute. No, it is muted. Okay, good. So let's take a look. Ready? Black Eagle says 50 and 30 on D Live. We got some people over on Twitch. This is a very good event. So this guy says, remember, the Trump will win 2020. Big digits. Who else is ready for them to spring the trap? This Anon says he posts an archive. Let's take a look at the archive. And he posts the US law that Donald Trump has. You know, he made this a law that if you mess with the elections, it is huge treasonous activity. The archive leads to a link from our buddies over at Natural News, Patriot Daily Express. We have another major bombshell for you regarding 2020 election. Despite the intense malicious censorship of big tech, we're really becoming known for in-depth analysis, yada yada. Story begins with the executive order imposing certain sanctions in the event of foreign interference in the United States elections. If in that executive order, which almost no one has covered since the day it was signed, President Trump declares a national emergency. That emergency is still in play to this day. That's why Trump's not leaving. Press 8 on the phone, dial 8. Dial 8 on the phones right now if you agree. Trump is not leaving. That emergency is still in play to this day, and the 2020 election was conducted under this state of emergency, which is a crucial point to understand what's coming next. Unauthorized access of election infrastructure. In the executive order, the president also states that people and organizations located in part outside the United States are known to be able to interfere or undermine public confidence in the United States elections, including the unauthorized access of election and campaign infrastructure and disinfo. If you're starting to see how this ties to CNN, New York Times, WAPO, and MSNBC, you're not alone. All those organizations, as you'll soon see, have been caught under this emergency declaration of foreign interference in U.S. elections, aided by complicit corporations on U.S. soil. The EO further states that this foreign interference in U.S. elections constitutes an unusual and extraordinary threat to the national security, let me add to this, continuity of government, and foreign policy in the United States. Why is this relevant to anything we're seeing right now with the massive election fraud carried out by the Democrats and the deep state? Because Dominion Voting Systems is a Canadian company and Seidel is run out of Spain. That's right, Dominion is a foreign-owned company. We covered that before. Days after it was revealed, the elections, big stuff, guys. National emergency order specifically calls for seizure of all assets and entities that have directly or indirectly engaged in sponsored, concealed, or otherwise been complicit in foreign interference in the U.S. elections. Trump's executive order further explains that asset seizure shall target people and entities which have materially assisted, sponsored, or provided financial, material, technological support for the goods, services, and distributed subsection. So basically, in other words, the executive order covers every person who has been corrupted or compromised by communist China and other nations, let me add. And that includes at least 80% of the Democrat lawmakers by our estimates, including Senators Feinstein and Schiff. Every organization involved in the election theft and cover-up can now be seized by the U.S. government. That's why the U.S. seized the Dominion servers over there. This is also why they're going to seize these, like CNN, they're going to seize Twitter. Hopefully they seize YouTube. Right? Pretty interesting, guys. Louis Gohmert, Republican Texas, says the U.S. military just raided the servers in Spain. Raid appears to have been targeted the Sarah's Frankfurt server farm operation. Going down, big tech media giants, Democrat operators, and half of the deep state. This truly is it. You can say all you want, you know, it's just more copium, right? But these executive orders exist, guys, and no one talks about them for a reason. Because the shill farms and the cubicle shills don't want you talking about this stuff. Cindy Powell says, I don't say anything I cannot prove. Miss Cindy Powell, we're gonna, bump the music a little, get dancing, but we have to mute the music, unfortunately, because we have to hear Miss Cindy Powell in her own words. You guys want to hear it?
Let me put it this way. First of all, I never say anything I can't prove. Secondly, let me put it this way. First of all, I never say anything I can't prove. Secondly,
this is General Flynn's lawyer.
The evidence is coming in so fast, I can't even process it all. Millions of Americans have written, I would say by now, definitely hundreds of thousands have stepped forward with their different experiences of voter fraud, but this is a massive election fraud, and I'm very concerned it involved not only Dominion and its Smartmatic software, but that the software essentially was used by other election machines also. Retired Admiral Peter Neffinger, he is president and on the board of directors of Smartmatic, and it just so happens he's on Mr. Biden's presidential transition team that's going to be non-existent because we're fixing to overturn the results of the election in multiple states. And President Trump won by not just hundreds of thousands of votes, but by millions of votes that were shifted by this software that was designed expressly for that purpose.
All right, folks, for more on this, we're joined now by White House trade advisor Peter Navarro. Sir, it's always great to see you. You know, the allegations from Sidney Powell there are explosive, backed up by the president's attorney, Rudy Giuliani. At least 73 million supporters of President Trump are anxiously awaiting that evidence that she's speaking of. What can you tell us tonight?
We want a certified.
This is big business stuff, guys.
Vote. That's all we're really seeking here.
You want to watch this? Type in Navarro. Here's proof that Trump will win. Big stuff, guys. We're gonna bring it
where there's contention.
There's big contention. I'll tell you that much. Let's continue. Okay. We're gonna take a look at this video next. As towards the end of our show. Shit's gonna get spicy tomorrow. Josh Holloway over here on the old Twitter. Let me put some music back on. I heard from Facebook, whistleblower who revealed Facebook and Google and Twitter coordinate to censor. Facebook has an internal platform to manage it. I'll be asking Mark Zuckerberg and Jack about this at tomorrow's hearing. Very interesting. There's going to be a hearing tomorrow with big tech, big media. Because you do realize there is no office of the president-elect. The Electoral College has not elected Joe Biden the president-elect. The media has. The media has come out. And I feel sorry for the people out there that believe the media in this day and age. I feel sorry for the people out there that wear the long socks, read in the libraries, that smash the 8 button on their phone too often. These people, they believe the mainstream media. They believe that Biden, there is no office elect. The FBI has an investigation team looking into the 2020 election. This is the good part of the FBI. Lou Dobbs says FBI has an investigation team looking into it. That's like I just said, according to the highly reliable sources. The battle for the White House, Sidney Powell is on it. Holy screwy, it's happening. Holy F, it's happening. Donald Trump Jr. dropping Epstein pills. Donald Trump Jr. never going to convince me because he's in pink masculinity. Real Candace Owens. We all know where this is happening from. We all know that was a picture in Epstein's mansion. The real election results. Get in here. The U.S. Army sees the data from Germany. California voted for Trump. This is, from OAN reports sees, data. And this is the real election map, supposedly. This makes sense, guys. Nobody voted for Biden, you understand me? Except the most extreme communists. There were no moderates that voted for Biden. There were no, normal people that voted for Biden. You didn't see any Biden signs all over the place. Nobody went to Biden rallies. He was waving to nobody off the airplane. This makes sense to me, guys. The song, it's possible. The song, Unironically, the last song is called Flynn, Good Times. Flin, Good Times. I think that's the song you're looking for. Let's click it again. Let's see. See, the memes are speaking. The song is called Flynn. We're listing the General Flynn's lawyer. Flynn, Good Times. The song's probably called Good Times, but let's keep looking. DEFCON 1. Talked about this already. I mean, let's go all the way back to the beginning. Here, look, here's something. Virginia, Wisconsin, Arizona, Michigan. Keys for Dominion update. We have to save this picture. There's an archive on that one. Wow, take a look. There's a V for Virginia. W for... I don't see the W quite. A for Arizona. M for Michigan. Very, very powerful stuff. Take a look at this. Wow, this is in the Middle East. Pinging over Iraq. Tanker, U.S. Army beats during a Super King. Apparently, the tanker is dragging a wingman of Eagles. There's reports of activity near Tikrit, yet to be confirmed, though. Of course, the John McCain armies over there are activating, right? Trying to cause an uprising. Yeah, this is covering the Today stuff. Let's see what you guys are saying over there. The Flynn stuff currently, I'm not sure. I know he's been left free, hasn't he? He's been left free, I'm pretty sure. In before source, this guy says. Mobile tactical nuke artillery with 180-kilometer range. These are U.S. artillery. I don't know whose artillery. Have a pic of one of our trains northbound for your get. These guns can lob tactical nukes 180 kilometers with pinpoint accuracy. This looks like an American Fall. Look at the colors. I can't zoom in too much more. We're at full bore capacity. 500%. Wow. Are these paladins? What is America's artillery? Ground artillery now. I forgot. Crusaders? I forgot the name of them. Wowzers, guys. Wowzers. It's happening. Let's zoom back out. What are people responding to him? 180 kilometers, just stop. Those look like 155 millimeter howitzers. They cannot shoot 140 kilometers. There have never been a gun in the history of the artillery that can shoot 180 kilometers. A 155 howitzer can shoot about 15 miles with charge 5 red bag, the biggest charge it can fire. Please do not try to make things up, Anon. Only makes you look bad. 6-year veteran 13E. Based military Anon out there. Northbound from approximately where? So this guy, he says again, we publicly test fired them at Yuma several months ago, then proceeded to line all of our borders with them. They have also now been upgraded to shoot down incoming ICBMs in before source. The military has amazing stuff. And I understand that Anon that served for 6 years. But the military is always evolving. It would have to be some highly advanced projectile to go that far. Railgun technology, I don't know. Very interesting though. Look up railguns, he says. I assume it's a railgun design, someone else is saying. That's the only way I can imagine it. Just a heads up, the storm is headed for the deep state finance crops. All of your coca fields belong to me. Remember Xanadu, that was nothing. In before source. I like these in before source guys, this is funny. Funny, I like it. I like it. Good threads tonight, good posts. Good energy. Let's see. So a lot of people are saying it's exercises, but that one anon with the VIP, he is accurate. They use these exercises as cover. Biden on the run. Okay, let's look at the final bit of info. This is Strategic Relocation, a book by Joel Skousen. Here's an interesting part.
One of my favorite portions is where they have some really nice colored maps, and it breaks down the whole country as an area, and it shows primary and secondary nuclear strikes. You know, what portions of the country are going to be targeted in times of war. It covers a lot of climate, what you can expect here, nitrates in the groundwater, and then we go into the states. And this is kind of interesting. You can see here he's got all of the arrows pointing out primary, secondary attacks. He shows areas that have been volcanoes that have erupted in the last 100 years versus the last 1,000 years, and kind of where those are all located. You can see right here, broken down the Colorado, Wyoming area. These are all strategic missile sites that would be attacked, primary targets. So obviously, you know, not an ideal place to live there. But really well done. He has put a ton of work into it. This is actually the 3rd edition, and I've got this one at the library. So you can order them online and check out your state. You know, one thing that's really interesting, I think that he talks about, the biggest problem with a lot of these states is the egress of getting out of them. And I believe it was him, I don't know if I read it in this book or I heard it from an interview. Let's go to a state which would be, yeah, like Boston, for example, Massachusetts. One of the problems why these areas get such low ratings is that they're so difficult to get out of.
Yeah.
So he talks a lot about finding secondary routes. He talks about a lot about what if people how have they reacted in history when faced with an oncoming army. And he gives several examples and has done a lot of study on what happened to Berlin in 1945 when the Russians were coming to invade Germany. You know, what did the people do? Those who had cars took to the interstates. And those of you guys who study history know that it was the Autobahn which Eisenhower took the idea from the Germans to build our interstate system. Based on that, kind of something that Hitler had laid out and implemented, and so that's where we got that. So they had the equivalent of our interstate system today, and what happened was they took to the interstates, they shortly ran out of gas or broke down, therefore clogging the interstates, they weren't passable. Once they couldn't travel on the interstates any longer, they took to their feet. You know, where else would you go? And what happened was each side of the interstates, the areas when where they were evacuating Berlin, the people on foot made it about 10 and maybe some of them 15 miles, mostly between 5 and 10 miles, and everything both sides of those interstates was stripped. If it was a garden, it was gone. If there were any livestock or any food in the farmhouses, it was gone. The refugees absolutely decimated everything,
right?
about 10 miles or so, if I remember right, each side of the interstate. So a lot of thought is put into that when you're relocating, not to be in those areas. One thing he has some maps here that I really liked was population, which is kind of interesting. Let's see if I can find that. What I really like in here are the maps. Here's some overviews of the U.S. primary threats. It kind of gives you an overview of where our main military targets are. And I like this one here. This one shows population density. Sorry about the light. I have a terrible situation here. Okay, so I can kind of speak to my area, just to give you an overview of what we're talking about. So you can see right here in the red areas, these are the highly dense areas. You can see Seattle and Portland and up and down the I-5 corridor here. This is the main artery, north and south. On interstates, if you didn't know this, the even numbers always run east and west, and the odds run north and south. So when you hear one, you haven't got an idea. So we have the I-5 north and south here, and the main artery east and west is Interstate 84. So these are going to be the primary places where refugees are going to be trying to get out. We've got the massive Cascade Ranges that go through here, not coming up over the mountains, especially in the wintertime. All those passes are closed anyway, and most people are just not going to deal with it. They're going to go here or here. So when you're looking for a location, you want to be, well, sure that you are far enough away from these people that they're not going to come over and just overwhelm the resources that you have.
Thank you, Memory
This
Hole,
particular
for
area,
sending it.
where we're and in here is nice because there's nothing but wasteland and desert from here. No one is coming from this direction. The only issues we have are probably from here, and Seattle's too far away. And the chances of these interstates being blocked off, and whether it be, let's say, an earthquake, or it's going to take out all the bridges, so they won't have access here.
So guys, let me just announce right now, I have a big announcement. Bellagio Sampler is going to be writing a few books on various topics. I'm just looking into how to publish them. I know you could do it on Amazon, right? If anyone wants to email me tips how to do it, but I have a couple great ideas for some good books, and I think you guys would like them. I think obviously the ebooks are the best, easiest way to get them out to people, and the cheapest, but I would like to eventually someday have a physical hardcover book, right? And that would be something we could do giveaways and also, but I think we're going to have a book kind of like this one. And we're going to have a book about meme interpretation.
Anyway, but if it's man-made or military or war or whatever,
many other
these
stuff
interstates
too,
are most likely going to be blocked, and commerce or just personal traffic is not going to be allowed anymore. So, that's the type of thing that Joel is trying to wake you up to, and just to make sure you're aware of it when you're choosing an area.
But this is something that will be like next year's. We won't see this till next year probably.
How hard is it to get to, and what type of what are you going to deal with? Where are all the people at? So that's some of my favorite portions. And then he's broken down into regions. You can see here we have over here in the east, and then Texas, and this the reason why that this area is so, the states are rated so low in the book are just because of the density of population and the small area.
Good tip, Crusader Sand, about the mailing it to yourself and don't open it. Look at the Northeast. It's so dense, so beautiful, but so dense, guys. But there are pockets. Is that what he's circling here? These like pockets on. There's other pockets too. Like Joe Biden is from Scranton. He's from Philadelphia. He's from Harrisburg. He was born in Pittsburgh. He grew up in Cleveland. Joe Biden was raised in Buffalo. Joe Biden also was born in Syracuse.
You can't go anywhere. You can't get out to the east, and to the west here is another country, and all those borders and water and a ton of people all trying to get out at one time. It's just a bottleneck. It's a real problem. So those states don't receive very high ranking. And the same thing with Florida. I think Florida gets a 0-star for that same reason. There's just one way out, and it all has to come here. And then once you do get out of here, you have the mess of Atlanta or some of these other.
Yeah, so he's talking about escaping. In the event that you have to escape, Florida is not the best, but you would have to hunker down.
Major cities that are full of refugees also. So
Where's
very
Hunter
well
Biden?
done.
Hello, Shadow.
A tremendous amount of work went into this book. But let's go look at a couple states. just for fun and some of the ratings. It's kind of my fun. Idaho. My family's from. 5-star rating. You can see
5-star rating, Idaho.
These, but just look at a couple of them. They're kind of fun. What else do we have to do, right?
You potato.
Illinois 1.5, Indiana 2, Iowa 2, Kansas 2.5, Kentucky 3, Louisiana 1, Maine 3,
nice 3.
You know, so on and so forth. I think some of the highest ratings are.
This guy has a harsh rating system. You know? This guy has a harsh rating system, but he gives you an honest opinion. And the guy reading right now is not the author.
Utah, we have Montana.
So Montana has such a high rating, and I agree with him. But if you look at those pictures of the nuclear strikes, you would think, God forbid, you know?
Utah is one of the best states. Nebraska 3 stars.
Utah.
All right, Utah gets 5 stars.
Those Mormons, they got Utah on lockdown.
And the one thing that Joel talks about with the reason why Utah is rated so high.
The book is Strategic Relocation by Joel Skousen.
Is it's just the way it's located, but just the fact that it's an awfully small.
So I'll just tell you right now, okay? Look at all the ways you can get out. If you had to escape, there's all these different ways. Go to Wyoming, Colorado, Nevada. And what's he going to say about it? They got water. It's salt water, but...
Makes the argument that it's just, there's ways.
But they also have other water from the Rockies. I think this is the backside of the Rockies, if I...
Land all the way around it. No one's coming across the desert very easily through Colorado there, or through Nevada, or over the Rockies, or to the south and to the north. It's if you've driven through there, it is desolate. And then you have a lot of mountains and lots of natural water and a good growing season, and on and on and on. You know, those are just some of the reasons why it gets a high rating. So, you know, apart from having a nuclear missile dropping right on your head, it seems that he's mostly concerned with.
Listen, that's the worst case anywhere you go, you know.
Mostly concerned with refugees and what they're going to do. That seems to be the
because you got Mexico down there.
The biggest concern for him and for the people who have the ability to relocate their families and do something about it. But a great book.
Joel Skousen right here. Great book. Definitely something I recommend for the audience, for sure. For sure, it's a good book. Let us close the window. That's the end of our news show, ladies and gentlemen. I need to do more testing streams. I think all my hard work paid off. So I think my channel right now, my backup channel, I remember I uploaded the 4K video, the game stream, high footage. I think YouTube unlocked my access to the good encoding, I think. Because when I go to stream now, it has like options for like gaming, 1440p, yada yada. In YouTube, not in my encoder. So I need to do a test run. I think I got to do a video game stream. Let's see what you guys are saying before. I'm not running away yet. Bellagio, I just thought of it. You must name one of your books the Kekronomicon, bound in green leather. Wow. Now that you said that, someone else is gonna make it before me, but I have to mail it to myself, right? I'm mailing it to myself right now, damn you. That's pretty funny. The Kekronomicon. No, it's working great. Good show, fun stuff. Appalachia would be ideal if you could live off the land. It's not a target. Yeah, but there's a lot of bunkers in those hills, so you're going to see a lot of military activity, believe it or not. You gotta go deep in the woods, get a nice little hamlet. 4K streams, yes, it really does more damage to YouTube than you can ever imagine. If I stream at 4K, my computer, I can handle it all day. And you Anons, you bless me with with Patreon. You bless me with PayPal. You know, that allows me to, for example, I bought a new mouse because my mouse was broken. Actually, I did a warranty on the mouse, but I bought the original one. And the keyboard you guys helped me out with. And originally you guys helped me get the second monitor. I'm going to be saving up for a new graphics card. We do not need one yet. We are fully capable of high bandwidth jamming YouTube. But I'm going to start saving now because down the road, maybe the fourth generation NVIDIA will buy next year's model. Right now, the 3 series is sold out everywhere. They have really good stuff, really good streaming capability with that card. Copyright this stream right now. The little man cannot copyright on YouTube. Update to AMD. I gotta build a whole new computer for that. So my plan for AMD is build a whole new computer in like 5 years, you know, and give this computer to my child or something. But in the meantime, this computer can handle a bigger graphics card, put it that way. I have a 1080 right now. I would love to get a 3080 or a 4080 when they come out. Let's check over on D-Live. Let's open up the war chest. I'm gonna add 50 coins to it. Who's ready over on D-Live? How do I open it? Distribute the rewards. Are you ready, guys? Here we go. 28-second countdown over on D-Live. Twitch has some amazing stuff too, guys. We got to get you guys over on Twitch. There's some fun interactive stuff we can do over there. We can integrate it through Twitch, that every time you guys like type like exclamation point Epstein, we can have drones fly over Epstein Island on autopilot. Like some crazy Twitch integrated Epstein shit. Luckiest followers, Memory Hole, Bunny Sue, Mandy Villain, of Air and Sea, Patricia Niels Goiter. Good for you guys. Awesome. Awesome. Much love. Much love. I love it. That is awesome. Let's check out everything before we start wrapping up. See, when I do these video game tests, to keep it consistent, I have to start out with Tarkov every time, because that is like, if you can have a good clear Tarkov stream, then you could stream any game. Put it that way. So we're gonna do some more tests. I think I might come back in like a half hour, 45 minutes on oh man, to do the test 1080p. It'll be a YouTube only test. I gotta keep it consistent. So it'll be a YouTube only test, maybe in 45 minutes to an hour. Real quick hour game stream, we'll see. And this is all for a reason. This is for algorithm purposes. It keeps the channel well greased and defended, so nobody can mess with the channel. Video games are very important in that sense. So join us. Come back in like an hour and join us. Yeah, Twitch has the best real-time streams. We're gonna do some more Twitch exclusives. Oh crap. I turned the music off by accident. Well, it happens. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. The good guys are winning. There's good people out there fighting the good fight. You guys are one of them. Mac Hardy says the Terminator game is really effing good. I hope that BitChute gets streaming soon. Yes, and I'm going to be uploading my continuity of government videos. I know they're on there on BitChute, but whatever, I'll upload them again, just so they're the most recent ones. And take a look at my BitChute. Go through all. That's where a lot of the videos are. It's Lifestyle is over on Twitch. It was good to hear from you, Brother Lagio. Take care. I like that. Brother Lagio. Very nice. Thank you very much for watching over on Twitch. It helps out. Yes, and that's about it. there, especially if Biden takes over the presidency through a communist takeover, there will be no more truther channels out there unless you can hide behind video gaming. They won't even let you be a Christian truther channel like True News. Everyone's going to get shut down under a communist Biden dictatorship. Not good. Not good, my friends. Well, you guys have a great rest of your night. I will talk to you all later. God bless you. And keep fighting the good fight. Let me put the intro video on the way out. Stay motivated. Stay powerful. I did not record this episode, so I will not be able to upload this in clear quality. I'll download it once it's up there, and I'll bounce it around. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your evening. God bless. Christ is King. Crusader Son is saying, we're all going to make it. Amen. Amen. I love that.